there, how are you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. I don't have art supplies. Yeah. So basically, I have moved. So now we're renting for a year until we kind of figure out where we want to actually end up. And I love it here. Like, I had to store some stuff. So basically, I had to pack up the house with the attitude of, okay, this stuff I need over the next year, this stuff I don't. So pretty much I had two separate sections of the house. Some stuff for coming to the apartment, some stuff for going in storage. I also forgot to mention my inventory for my shop. That's in a separate location as well. So I had to pack for the apartment where I'm staying with the stuff I needed for the next year. I had to pack for storage with stuff I don't need for the next year. And then I also had to pack for my shop, which is in a different location as well. So I rented a U-Haul to bring some stuff here. Then I had some movers help me take stuff to storage. I just opened up the boxes inside my art studio and it's kitchen stuff. Ha! Oh, so as it stands right now, the only art supplies that I have are the art supplies from that box I opened last video. I think they're just in the storage behind stacks and stacks and stacks of other boxes. And I'm just not gonna be able to access it for a year. Oh, and if you're wondering where my beautiful dream box is that I keep all of my art supplies in, yeah, that's in storage right now because it takes up too much room in the space that I'm currently in. So I ended up only packing 2 boxes of art supplies with me anyway, and those are the ones that are missing still. I thought, why don't I make a fun video out of this and start my art collection from scratch, but this time as an experienced artist. To be perfectly honest, the thing that I use most is acrylic paint. Most of my tubes are very old and either dried out, getting dried out, and they needed replacing. Like, I have needed to do this for quite a long time. However, you know something I do have? I don't have art supplies, but I do have this. Jazz's art bag that you literally fill with art supplies. He very kindly sent me one of his prototypes. He's trying to kickstart this bag. I was gonna just do this whole sales pitch of how great it is and how you should kickstart this bag, but he fully funded it in like a couple hours, so like he doesn't need my help. But if you want a really cool art bag, now I need art supplies to fill up my Jazza bag. Jazza, you have outdone yourself. I'm gonna do a better review on this at the end of the video when I actually have art supplies to put inside it. But now, if you are interested in getting this bag for yourself and you want to support his Kickstarter, I will leave it in the link below. So I think it's about time for me to actually get my art supplies back, so let's get started. So the purpose of this video is to not go ahead and just replace everything I already own, because that would be pointless, wasteful, and pretty expensive. The whole point of this video is for me to go in with the experience I have of being an artist with a completely blank slate. Basically, where I as an artist would start off if I had started buying my art supplies with more experience. How cute these are. They have a ton of little crochet things. Oh, I can't crochet though, so it's kind of pointless getting that. I'm going to start off down the sketchbook and easel aisle. Now, I actually do not need an easel because I bought one on Amazon Prime Day. The only reason I bought one on Amazon was because it was significantly cheaper for a very high quality easel. Now, luckily I do have my own paintbrush line and I didn't actually lose those, so that was obviously very lucky. I do need to take some out of my inventory stock because I will not have any paintbrushes otherwise. Clearly I'm not meant to be a professional mover or packing person. My first recommendation to get as an artist would be a Plumchester square sketchbook or an Elo sketchbook. They're both square, they're both great for mixed media, and I highly recommend them. I can't buy those here though, so I'm gonna buy them online. So we're gonna get some of these soft pastels. Said no one ever. These are my absolute favourite fine liner markers. They're kind of like a little brush nib, but also they have quite a hard tip at the same time. They're very thin. These are an absolute must for me. So there is another brand I usually buy, but this is basically exactly the same. I've used them before. They're really good. So when I first started YouTube, everyone would talk about the Jelly Roll white pen that looks like this. I just never really liked it very much. I got several of them and I just didn't think they were that good. Instead, I really love the Signo Uniball white pens. These are so much better in my personal opinion. I'm actually going to surprise some people now because I am in fact going to buy some of these, and I'll tell you why later on in the video. I'm not sure if people still do Inktober because of some things that happened in the past, but if there is a month that we use ink, I'm going to get some just in case. There we go. Sponsored time! Today's sponsor is Care Of, and I'm so excited about this. Even my fiance has used this brand before. Care Of is a subscription service that ships high quality personalized vitamins, or vitamins, however you say it, supplements and powders conveniently to your door every single month. Now, I've been told by my doctor before to take things like magnesium, prenatal vitamins, vitamin D, and a few others. Care Of makes this so easy by putting all of it in one daily vitamin pack made with plant-based compostable film, which reduces impact on the environment without compromising the quality and safety quality of the product. Care of also helps you track your wellness progress through their thoughtfully designed companion app, and I'm so glad I discovered this. Care of allows you to take a short, in-depth quiz about your lifestyle and health goals for a personalized, doctor-backed recommendation. Plus, as your needs and goals change, Care of can help you adjust your routine to match. Their quiz can be retaken at any time for your updated recommendations, and you can also adjust your habits and routine tracking in the app. Taking your vitamins on the go this summer is so convenient with the individual daily packs that are just perfect for travel. You can build a holistic routine and track your progress with new updated features, plus earn rewards for sticking with your healthy habits. This one is iron, vitamin D. So if you would like to try Care of for yourself, for 50% off your first Care of order, go to takecareof.com and enter the code ChloeRose50. Again, if you want 50% off your first Care of order, go to takecareof.com and enter the code ChloeRose50. You can also visit the link in the description box below. And thank you so much to Care of for sponsoring and partnering with me in today's video. I'm gonna forego the basic pencil sets because I really just don't use charcoal. I don't do sketches with pencils in general. I just like a basic mechanical pencil. I don't know if I want to spend $10 on it. I may think this way because I don't use charcoal, but I'm just not a fan of kneadable erasers. My eyebrow, I swear, what is going on with it? If my eyebrow is annoying everyone as much as it's annoying me, feel free to let me know. Okay, I've never used one of these, but I've heard they're very good. I'm looking for some pencils that are red or blue. I managed to find some hiding here, so it has a little eraser on the end and it's blue. I'm now in the paint aisle. I have always used the Level 3 Professional Heavy Body Acrylic by Liquitex. However, people always say to me that they prefer golden acrylic, and I will say in the very few times I have used this before, I really liked it as well. But in most recent video, I'll link it below, I actually tried this out and I kind of like blind reacted to the Artist Loft Professional Standard Acrylic paint with the Liquitex, and I actually thought this was better. This one's the Liquitex. Oh, it's not! Wow, I'm floored. This one is way creamier. I'm gonna buy up the whole stock by accident. Sorry to everyone else. It's okay, I'm gonna leave these ones, so I'm not completely selfish in taking them all. I've actually just recently started getting into putting magenta and like cyan hues into my paint, and it makes such a huge difference. I really can't wait to start experimenting a little bit more with it. Honestly, most of my paint is so many years old now because it lasts me such a long time. Buying high quality paint is expensive, but it's got to be done. I've always wanted one of these and I'm using it as an excuse to buy one. Thank goodness for that. I really want to get into trying thick paint, and this is half price, so it's all dirty, but you know what? It does the job. Oh, come on, it's July. Really? I really want to make the most of the summer, and all I keep seeing is Halloween stuff. It's like we always rush summer and rush all the seasons because the next season stuff is already out in the stores. These are without a doubt the best canvases. Like if you're wondering the level 3 with the thickness, if you can afford to do it in your budget, these are without a doubt the most sturdy, perfect canvases. These can be very expensive though. Like I want to buy some now, but they're buy one get one free, and even though that sounds like a good deal, it's not compared to what they often will sell them for. I might actually wait on the canvases until they're on a better sale. If you're looking for some cheap craft paint, I highly recommend the folk art paint. It's really decent for the price. Like I literally have so many of those paints in storage, it's not even funny. Okay, sounds silly, but this is a must for any artist, so you don't make a mess on your desk, or if you do YouTube and you don't want to have a kind of like a gross background. These cheap pieces of paper that you can make a mess on and then throw out after your project. I highly recommend these. These are amazing to paint on. They're so much fun. If you didn't see my last video, I am recently engaged. Very exciting times. They have so much wedding stuff in Michael's. It's amazing, and I'm already seeing videos with wedding art hacks and different types of crafty things for weddings, and I'm curious if anyone would be interested in seeing me try some of them out. It's a little wedding drop box, so you basically have your guests write their names on the hearts and then they drop it in the top. That's so freaking cute. We're back! Okay, so I spent $250. I mean, some of that, to be fair, was because I bought that little heart thing for my wedding, but $250, and that was with my coupon. I'm actually really happy with the haul that I did. I think for the money, considering I got it from Michael's, I got a really good price because I did buy a huge amount of paint, and paint is usually the most expensive part. Also, this is why artists charge the kind of money they charge, because not only are they charging for their time and their experience, they're also charging for the art supplies. I did in fact buy a 36-piece set of soft pastels. Chloe, why did you buy that? My friend Dom is a Disney artist. He told me, I believe, I could be mistaken, him is that he uses pastels or chalk to actually do his sketch out before he paints. I don't know if this is the right thing to have bought, but I figured I'd give it a try, do some sketches first out on the canvas. This is my goodie bag. This was actually a really good deal. So this is kind of dirty. It was originally $25 and I got it for $12. Basically, you mix this with your paint and it makes it really, really thick. So it gives you that kind of thick texture that you get with oils. Next up, I got a dust-free eraser. I do not have a preference to erasers. If you're an artist, like, you need an eraser if you're an artist. That's it. Next up, my good old trusty fine liner. This one's by Tombow. I bought them before from a different brand name. I completely forget what it is, but these are my favorite styles of pens to have. They're black ink and they just work really, really nicely for little ink illustrations. Next up, I also bought some professional matte gel medium. Now, I know I was starting my art supply collection from scratch and I have not used these before, but I do actually own this in storage. I just have not gotten around to using it yet and I'm desperate to try it over the next year. So again, this will add texture to my acrylic paints, but this is medium instead of gloss like the other one that I bought. Oh, look at these, look at this, look at this. Now, there was a debate on one of my YouTube videos where we were kind of discussing what is better, Golden or Liquitex. I was very, very surprised to hear this because I've only used a couple of different colors from Golden before. I actually started using Liquitex heavy body acrylics because I was recommended it by somebody who was also an artist. And also I found a ton on clearance years ago now, and that's kind of where I started, and I just sort of stuck to what I knew. However, the two Golden acrylic paints I've used in the past were beautiful, and just based on everyone's recommendation, I decided to start off with Golden acrylics. So I bought a burnt sienna, titanium white, cadmium red medium hue, because usually a cadmium hue is not actual cadmium. I always look for hue if I can. I also got a phthalo green yellow shade. I love yellow greens. I feel they're very, very vital if you are somebody that likes to paint with cooler tones. I got a light violet, phthalo blue green shade, again like a blue green and a green yellow. Those are my favorites. Any of my cool toned paintings, those are the colors that I use. I got a light green yellow shade, again, that green yellow. I then stocked up on the clearance Artist Loft Professional high viscosity acrylics because, again, I blind reacted to these. Very impressive, and all of the comments as well told me how good these were. So from $19 down to $9, I got a yellow ochre classic. I got a yellow medium azo, a chromium oxide green. Next up, I got a cobalt blue, a medium magenta, and then I also got a burnt umber. Again, a very classic color to have. Next up, I did in fact manage to find my erasable pencils. So these are pastel chalk by Generals. I got a bright blue, a heliot and sanguine, and these are erasable. I would always use a pencil to sketch out onto my canvases, but once I discovered blue pencils and red pencils that could be erased, game over. Like, these are so good to use. I've never used this brand though, so please excuse me if these don't work quite as well. And then of course I got a Uniball Signo, this gel pen, amazing, like amazing white gel pen. People are always asking me which ones to get. This one, over Jelly Roll any day, my opinion anyway. Okay, so I got a teal in this little bottle here because they didn't have it in the actual metal tube. Next up, I got some Bombay Black India ink by Dr. P.H. Martin. Again, I want to get an ELO sketchbook. Plumchester sketchbooks are just as good as ELO. I think I actually once said that I liked it even more, so either of those work. But you usually have to get those online because they don't sell them in stores. This is something that I have wanted for such a long time, but I have never bought before. This is a artist palette seal. So it's really big, and basically what you do, pop open the lid, and you have replacement paper that I also bought, and you put it inside here. And when you're painting, if you want to go back to it or take a break, or you just have too much on here, you literally just put the lid on and it keeps it all wet. It doesn't dry out on you, and this is gonna be so amazing for me. Now, lastly, I'm gonna show you something else I bought for Amazon Prime Day, because this to me is an absolute necessity in most artists' toolkit. The Himi, I don't know how you pronounce it, gouache set. This gouache set. Genuinely, I really like this gouache. Is it gonna be light, fast, long lasting? Probably not, but it's just really, really nice. And the way that it dries, the way that it applies is really nice quality, and I just really enjoy it. So if you're a hobby artist or you just wanna get into super professional gouaches yet, this one will work quite nicely for you. Okay, so that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really hope that you enjoyed it. If you are an artist and you have any art supplies that are like holy grail for you, feel free to let me know in the comments down below because I always love to hear. I do have my paintbrushes. Luckily, I have a couple of sets of them that I can take from my inventory from my website. But other than this is pretty much all I'll be using for the next year and whatever else I end up deciding to try. I love this quality of paint. We'll be buying canvases when they're not just buy one, get one half off. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite art products are and what you could not live without if you had to go for a whole year without them. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves and I will see you in the next video.